Yes, it was quite difficult, very difficult, extremely difficult. You could not find food to eat. Movement restricted. Things were difficult. All you were hearing was just gun sounds and all of that. We passed that now. What we are doing now is to reconstruct and redevelop our country, which former President Lyndon Johnson said he started, and President Weah is now continuing. So it's about time that all of us, we put all hands on deck, rallying around the president, President George Manuel Weah, to move this country forward. He started on a very good note. You've heard about some of the major developments. You've seen them as well. Roads have been reconstructed, rebuilt. There were communities that could not easily, access today, access today. We can, drive in those communities. You can drive there with your vehicle, with your, car or your motorbikes. But before then, it was a bit difficult. So roads have been constructed and redeveloped and rebuilt. You also heard about education. Yes, in the past we heard about, how the whole system was a mess. But today you see incremental progress that been made. Efforts being made to resuscitate that mess to best. Professor Ansu Sono and his team, you heard about the building of more colleges. You heard about the construction of more high schools and all of that. And today you can even, I'm sure, attest to that our students are no longer failing massively in the WAEC or WAS. No. Before then, the children go to take that national exams. Many of them, they return with failing marks. But today, that narrative has changed. It has changed greatly. All because the students are no longer struggling, looking here and there to find, WAS fees or WAEC fees. No. Before then, it was a struggle for them. It was a difficult thing for them. Many of our students, they had to go to do some community jobs, community, initiatives before they could garner or gather something to go and pay their WAS fees. But that's no longer happening now. The president came and said, look, what I experienced, I can allow students today to experience that difficulty, that hardship. I can allow the students to go through that anymore. My governor will make sure that pay your WAS fees, your WAEC fees. And today, the evidence, the benefits, we are all accruing that today with our students, all passing at a higher level. So there are many things happening, many good things that I believe we all need to just protect the peace of our country. Again, let me talk about the medical sector. Before then, it was a difficult thing. You go to a government-run, hospital or clinic. All the people gave you is just prescription. You go there for malaria or typhoid, they gave you some kind of prescription, some kind of paper they gave to you, and they say go and find a drug yourself. But that has changed dramatically. If you went down to maybe JFK or maybe to a Redemption or wherever, any government runs into a hospital or clinic, This story that will change. This story has changed rather. They'll give you medications. You don't have to go again looking around and finding a drugstore and a pharmacy and all of that to get the drugs. That has changed. So a lot has happened. Today, our international image, our foreign relations, we are no longer at war with any country. We are no longer, in any bad book of any country. No. Our president travels anywhere he wants to. Nobody's saying, oh, sanction, all this one. No. So we are making incremental progress in this country. We are making incremental as a result of the good international relation we have, and thanks to the Minister of Foreign Affairs. He goes to all those international meetings, making sure that he's making our case, making sure that he's representing us, and thanks to the Minister of Foreign Affairs. Today, our international image is not what it was before. No. Before then, especially right after the war, I mean, you are a Liberian, you traveled, all the eyes will be on you. In fact, we're labeled in the international community as a failed state. Yes, because everything was broken down. Thanks to Madam former President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, and then their own ambassador, we are as calm and making sure that he retains that record. Making sure that he holds on to that record. Our international relation, our international image is no longer what it was before. Today, our president can go to any international meetings. In fact, some of the debts, we were owing some international institutions. We settled all those debts, Yes, if not all, but at least we've done something. And so we can go to any international meetings now. I can remember I attended some ECOWAS forum in Abidjan, and I went to another one in Burkina Faso, and all of that. That was not happening before. So we've made tremendous progress in this country, my people. Nobody will say, no, nothing's been done. We've made tremendous progress. On the international front, at home, we've done tremendous, work. All of us, we've done that. Not only President we are. That's why, sometimes some people say, the government. The government is not a statue that is set somewhere. The government is the people. The PEOPLE, the people that the government. The government is not a statute. So sometimes when you tend to be critical of your government, you are critical of yourself. Because you are part of the government. That the people make the government. No, the people make the government. The government is not a statue, it's not a stick sitting somewhere. We've made progress in this country. Today, go to Bapolu. Go to Bapolu. See that modern hospital. Before then, there was nothing of that nature in Bapolu. Look at the military hospital. Again, all we had in this country was a so-called clinic. When if a medical personnel went there or he took his family there, maybe they just gave him 2 or 3 paracetamol and that's it. But today, go and visit the military hospital, and it will interest you to know that hospital is not only catering for medical and military people and their family. No, that hospital is catering for people in fact who comes from as far as bombing, far as Cape Mount, people trooping in there. seeking medical attention. That's one of the major progress, one of the major achievements we've made as a people, as a country. I could go on and on, naming. Look at the schools around. Professor Ansu Suni and his team building more colleges, building universities. Look at our University of Liberia. I attended a university at the time. Though, listen, it was a difficult thing, We have to form a long queue, a long line. You're going to register the other person, throwing the other person down, and all those struggles we went through them. But today, the narrative has changed. Look at how students now enter the university. Look at how students enter the university. Very easy. In fact, you can do your registration or whatever online. Before then, you got to go and enter that fence before you can go through any registration process. And as a result of all those support that the University of Liberia has received, the number of students have dramatically increased. One time I had the president of the university. I had him on this platform. And we're trying to see the progress, the outcome. I'm trying to ask him about the outcome, the benefits of all of the supports that the university has received. What is coming out of the university? And he said, look, Sobo, the number of students we have has increased dramatically. All because there's tremendous effort we've made as a people, as a country. Look at the agriculture sector, the fishery sector. Before then, that sector was not even known. Many of us we didn't even know what we had to call the fishery sector. No, we didn't know. All we knew about, was about our old men. Just we go to maybe West Point and see the people, in their little canoe and trying to get that fish and all of that. We didn't know that the sector could grow. We didn't know that the sector could become, so beneficial to this country. We didn't know. But today, under President Weah, the sector, I'm saying all of these things, actually, because I'm saying to you that we've made progress in this country. If anybody will tell you that nothing has been done, that person is lying to you. Let's go to the economy small. I'm not an economist, but I've been reading now. Before then, even during the last 12 years of former President Ellen Johnson's leave, the government was borrowing from the central bank. The bank was not operating independently. No. The central bank was not operating independently. But today, that story has changed also. Today, the central bank is operating independently without the government borrowing from the central bank. We've made tremendous achievements, in our performance with the IMF, the International Monetary Fund. They pressed this government. They gave us a lot of products. Yes, they've given us a lot of products. They've applauded this government, applauded the people of Liberia. We've made progress here, my people. So we don't have to overturn the progress we've made. We've made tremendous progress. Today, enter government. See younger people who never had the dream of entering government, who didn't know that they would have headed to the major institutions. And today, many of those institutions are functioning well. Today, many of those institutions headed by young people are functioning well. So you see, what the old could do, or the young people are doing it now today. What the old people did in the past, the young people are trying their best, keeping their hands up high. making sure that they perform to the expectation of the Liberian people. We've made tremendous progress here. There's no need for us to allow our political differences to undermine or undercut the progress that we've made here. There's absolutely no need. John Brown can be for party X, I can be for party B. We are still brothers. Yes. It's just about, this person supporting the political ideologies of this institution and that person supporting the political ideology of the other institution. So that doesn't mean that we are enemies. No, we can't. Because before then, we did that in this country. We allowed ourselves to be driven by trouble, politics and all of that. Oh, this man is not the crew man. Oh, the man is a crime man. Oh, the man that parliament. No, we did that before. Where did they carry us? It resulted into the 40 years. It resulted into the deaths. It resulted into the destruction, a massive destruction that took place in this country. Yes, because of all of that. Oh, the men think that he crime man. Oh, the men think that the men are parliament. Oh, the men are lawman man. He's not supposed to be here. He's not supposed to be there. No, we can't do that. We are civilized country now. We find ourselves in the community of nations. We can't do that anymore. Before then, we did it. And it didn't carry this country anywhere. It didn't carry this country anywhere. As a result, today, smaller countries like Sierra Leone and Ghana, and can you imagine? The other time I was in Kigali. I was in Kigali, Rwanda, and I saw what I saw. I saw massive transformation. So you see, we can do the same thing here, and that's what President we have started. All we need to do is to just rally around and move our country forward. Not every time we go to other people's country and then we praise the people's country. Oh, I went there, I saw the beaches, and I saw the lights all over the place. When we landed in Kigali, I think at night. Is it Kigali? Yeah, I think we landed there and we saw what we saw. We can do it here. You go to Ghana, you see what is happening, some of the developments. You can do it here. It's not about ching leadership, this and that. At the end of the day, why does it carry the country? It's not about preaching tribal politics. Oh, because the men are crime. Oh, because the men are parliament. Oh, because no, let's do away with that. Let's eschew that. Let's do away with that. Let's show that it's not necessary to do now, because we are one people, one country, one destiny. Let's move on. Let's not allow politics to divide us. Politics will come and will go. Tomorrow we'll go for runoff. Anyway, I don't want to talk about runoff now, because I know the National Elections Commission will be telling us officially whether there's runoff, whether there's no runoff. I don't want to, but tomorrow again, if let's assume the next is okay, we're going for runoff, we'll be going for runoff. That doesn't mean that because we're going for runoff, so you should make enemyship with Subway George, because Subway George is supporting CDC or no, you don't. You don't have to. You don't have to make plow with me, or you don't have to make enemyship with me. No. We are the same people. Tomorrow, after we've gone for a runoff or whatever it is, and the president is announced, that president is the president of the Republic of Liberia. That president is the president for all of us. And I read something and I was astonished, very strong, and I became appalled, in another word, very disappointed. For a group of individuals to say that they've embarked on strategies and to spread fake news and all of that because they felt that it was a strategy for them to spread lies about rumors of war and all of that because they felt it was a strategy that they could use. I'm appalled. I'm highly disappointed. I'm highly disappointed. If you are a political institution and you want to vow for leadership, the country's leadership, you are pushing to remove the current leadership. I thought you will do that using your manifesto, using your plans, using your manifestos, your plans for the country. I thought those are things that you will peddle. I thought those are things that your plans, your manifesto, your platform. I thought that what you will tell the people, educate the people about, so people can vote for you. But for somebody to say, "Oh, we use strategies, spreading fake news and raising fake alarm. Oh, there's this one words coming out." I was disappointed. Amen. And that just points to the desperation of those individuals. It points to the desperation of those individuals. People would, people will want to resort to, spreading fake news about wars, spreading fake news about rigging elections and all of that. It just speaks to the desperation of those people. And it tells you that they have no plans. They got no agenda. The only agenda they have is to plunder the state at the end of the day, enrich themselves, and move on. So we have to be careful. We got a lot to protect in this country. We have a lot to protect in this country. Our country, Liberia, is on the right trajectory. We are developing. Yes, speedily, and we are developing. There were the look of our country during the last 12 years or years before. It's not the look that this country has now. Let's admit it. For me, I'm a realist. I'm a realist. For instance, look at the roads leading from ELW to the international airport to RIA. That road was not like that before. Even the baby in the mother's womb will attest to what I'm saying. That road was not like that before. That road was narrow, very narrow. In fact, it was considered as a death trap. Yes. In the night, you're driving from the airport, you are terrified. But today, see what's happening now. With the expansion of that road, that didn't happen years back, even before the 12 years of former President Ellen Johnson said if that was in that road was looking like that. Amen. Today we see a transformation of that road. Isn't that something that we all should applaud? Isn't that something that we all should to appreciate as a country, as a people? That sort of development. And then want to spread fake alarms, raise fake alarms, and spread news and rumors of war and all of that. We have to desist. Liberia belongs to all of us. Liberia belongs to all of us. And my disappointment is some of our people who are educated, some of our people who claimed to have the best education, they spewed, they peddled some of those lies. They spread those lies. That's my disappointment. If you in Central Monrovia or you in Montserrado, you claim to be educated. If you are now threading on fake news, raising fake alarms, and spreading news of raking and all of that, what you expect the old man in deep in Sound, what I hear from, or deep in Grand Crew, what I hear from, or deep in Grand Bass or Maryland, what you expect those people to do? If you claim to be educated, you say you are educated. Because of your education and the poor elected you in the Senate. You are in the Senate. And that place, when we were coming up, they said the Senate is the house of elders. So nobody who can think upside down should go to the Senate. The Senate is a house of elders. When those people speak, they speak. So we don't expect that people will be in that type of body. Or people will be thinking about being elected in that body and at the same time, they are spreading news detrimental to the existence of this country. No, we don't expect that. What we expect from our people, our educated people, is to help lead the other people who are not educated. And how do you lead people? Since that you are educated, when you lead the people, lead them with truth. Don't lie. Don't peddle lies. Don't skew or don't slant information. Saying, oh, you know the information is not this way. Then you slant it because you want to achieve your selfish motive. People are not thinking about raking any election and nothing. Then you start running with it. Oh, we get the information. Oh, this one is happening. Amen. My people, I thought to say this because I know the election are over yet. I thought to allot this 1 hour to this discussion because I know the election is not over yet. We still got to do politics. We have to do politics. We have to sell our candidates. We have to speak well of our candidates. But listen, you can do that void of deceptions. You can do that void of lying to the people. You can do that. You can sell your candidates void of spreading false news, misinformation, disinformation. You can sell your candidates. You can market your candidate. You can say, my candidate is the best candidate. My candidate been in government before. My candidate stayed for 2 years. My candidate is experienced. My candidate is this. My candidate is that. My candidate then, was part of the peace initiative. My candidate helped to disarm all those fighting forces. My candidate was all in the region during the war years, giving arms to people. You can say all of that about a candidate. You don't have to spread lies. You don't have to start crying, baby. Oh, I see the one happening. Then you say that's strategy. Then you call it strategy. What kind of strategy is that? When you resort to spreading fake news, raising false alarms. Oh, I see a group of people that behind the ballot. Oh, the other person carry ballots. Oh, I see. What kind of strategy is that? At the detriment of yourself and the people, the country. Is that a strategy? I thought your strategy should be something where you come over a flowery manifesto, a flowery plans, that people will listen to you and say, oh yes, the guy has vision for this country. But you see, like somebody said before, there's difference between vision and ambition. You know the people that got ambition, the politicians, some of them, ambition can make them to, it leads them to do anything they can just to achieve what they want to achieve. If they want to lie, they will lie because they want to achieve what they want to achieve. If they want to speak evil about their own country, they will do, because they want to achieve what they want to achieve. But you see, the man that got vision, the man is looking ahead. He has a nice plan. He has a plan for the country. He has a mindset that, look, when I get there, all what I'm going to do is to better the lives of my people. But not the politician who got ambition, desperation, and lies, and say that strategy. Is that strategy? Is that what you call strategy? To spread misinformation and disinformation about people wanting to wreck election? Is that strategy? Is that what you call strategy? What are the plans you have? What they said that you can bring to the table that we, the electors, can listen to and say, oh, this man has a plan for this country. That's strategy there. My people, we got a lot to do in this country. We got to make sure to better the lives of our people. We got to make sure to improve all of our sectors. We got to make sure we can be like other past administrations. They have no economic agenda except to plunder the state for their own, spread diseases, illiteracy, and poverty. Show disregard to human dignity. We can be like that. That's the reason why we've set on the right trajectory. That's the reason why we have an administration. We have a leadership. All we need to do is to rally around and move this country forward. Liberia is not difficult to develop. Liberia is not big like other countries. Look up in a country like Nigeria. Our country is not big. But we have to do it in the way that we are all united for a common purpose. We have to do it in the way that we are all one people, one country, one destiny. We have to do it in the way that tomorrow posterity will judge us well. That tomorrow when the unborn comes, they will say, yes, these people did extremely well. They performed when they were on the stage. We can be thinking about performance when we are lying to one another. When we are spreading disinformation, misinformation. When we think that resorting to strategies of raising false alarms. When we think that strategies of spreading lies about war. We can do it like that. We can do it like that. This country deserves better. Let's rally around who we have now as our leader and move this country forward. Let's do away with the desperation. When people are desperate, they can go any length because they want to satisfy that desperation. We can't. We can as a people, as a country. We can be a disservice to our own country. We can be a hazard to our own country. We can be a source of danger to our own country. Then tomorrow we go to other countries and we praise the people. Oh, that country is developed. Oh, the people there. Oh, the people that. You know how the people reach that decision? By sitting as a people, as a country, sitting and reflecting on how their country can move forward. It's not about a change of leadership. No. It's about rallying around who you have and moving the country forward. Let me read these press statements and then I'll open the lines for all of us. But first, let me just acquaint you with the new, your senators. I know you want to know them. Those senators that were elected. Let me try to just go through what I have here so that I can know exactly those people that will be going to the Senate, so that you can know them. You can have their names in your head. Alex J. Tyler Senior. Alex Tyler is from the IND. He replaces incumbent Morris G. Situma of Bombing County. So you see, Alex Tyler was elected in Bombing County, replacing Situma, Morris Situma. Johnny K. Bay, he's also replaces Henry Tukba of Bon County. And Henry Tukba, it's a professor. He's an educator. He was in the Senate, and he has been replaced now. Johnny Bay now will be going to sit in his seat. Amara M. Corner. Amara Corner replaces Dino in the Sun. He's deceased. He's dead now, but he's been replaced also by Amara Corner. Amara Corner used to be former Minister of Finance. He has now become senator for Bapuru County. And then Besonga M. Feeney replaces Jonathan Kapi of Grand Bassa County. Kapi was there as senator, but he has been replaced now by Besonga Feeney. Besonga was former, he was in the Senate before, I'm sure. Yes. He became a pro temp. Okay, I think so. And so he was former Minister of Foreign Affairs, So I'm sure he's up to the task there, going to serve in the Senate. Momo T. Saros. Okay, Momo Saros is my very good friend, He replaces Steve Zako of LOFA County, and so Zako is out now, and coming in is Momo T. Saros. Momo Saros has been a veteran security personnel. In fact, he runs the what's his firm name? His security firm, SIGA. Yes, he runs SIGA, and so he said, well, the other day I interviewed him, and he said, asking how he going to manage his time with the SIGA management and that of the Senate. He said, well, I'll make sure that SIGA, is not dead. In fact, I've been training people when in the past I've been training people, and so that I know even if I'm not there, SIGA will still run. And so Momo Saros replaces Steve Zako. Steve Zako, I think he was the chair of the security committee. Yes, I'm sure Steve Zako is out now. Vapula M. Daba, she replaces Vanny G. Sherman of Grand Cape County. Vanny Sherman, he said he retired from politics now. He's not going to go into politics anymore because he has been replaced by Vapula M. Daba. Thomas Yaya Nimley replaces Marshall Dennis of Rajia County. Thomas Yaya Nimley, I think I can remember that name already. Days of war. Things from the Model end. Okay, before then. Okay, he's going to the Senate now. Nathaniel F. McGill of the CDC replaces Jim Tonola of Maigibi County. Nathaniel McGill used to be the Minister of State for Presidential Affairs. Very, very effective young man. Illustrious, very hardworking. He'll be going to the Senate already. He used to be the Minister of State, and so he knows his way out. He's going to perform, I'm sure, in the Senate without any doubt. Francis Dopo replaces Communal Wisa of River G County. Communal Wisa is out now. He's from the former ruling Unity Party. He's a member of the Progressive. They all, started all the body of the Progressives. They said, well, there should be this one party system. We have to undo that now. They were the Progressives at the time, and making sure that they advocated good governance and not bad governance. And so Communal Wisa was part of those individuals, those Progressives. He's now out now and being replaced by Francis as Dopo. Bill Twawe replaces Francis S. Pay of Riverside County, my own good old man. He's out now. Bill Trower used to be the managing director of the National Port Authority. Bill is not there anymore. He's now a senator. He's going to perform his duty, serving 11 people in the House of Senate. And then Creighton D. Duncan. Creighton Duncan replaces Milton Tiege of Sano County. Creighton Duncan should be my guest tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock. He replaces Milton J. Mill. I call him J. Mill. J. Mill has been replaced by Creighton Duncan. J. Mill, very, eloquent politician. General comes to your studio. He speaks very well. In fact, you will pronounce some hard words, and you sometimes trying to find it in the dictionaries, but you can't find it. He calls his own words. He's very good at that. But Jamil is out now because the sound of people say, "Well, Jamil, we have to replace you with Creighton D. Duncan because Duncan has impacted our lives for the past years." And so Duncan is there now. Sir H. Joseph of the CDC, Montserrat County, he has been retained. Okay, Sir Joseph has been retained. The people of Montserrat say, well, we're comfortable with Sir Joseph. We're not going to allow Sir Joseph to go anywhere. In fact, we love him. He has impacted our lives, and so we don't want anybody called my good friend again, I just forget his name, Wamape. He said, we don't want anybody called Wamape. We want Sir Joseph. And so they retained Sir Joseph. Prince White Johnson, Prince Johnson of Nimba County is retained. The poor of Nimba County said, well, we still want our godfather, Prince Johnson. And so they have him there. Brown J. Bablo Brown of Maryland County has also been retained. Okay. The people say we want them Morales, we want our own man, Bablo Brown, and so they retained him. In Grand Crew, where I come from, our people that retained Albert Tichier of the CDC. Okay, that's the man we retained. I was not there, but I voted in absentia. I know my people there. And so they retained Albert Tichier. Albert Tichier is currently the Senate Pro Tem. And of course, impacting the lives of those people in that part of the country. You're listening to the Super Money Show, right there on the OBC 99.9. Very shortly, I'll open the lines, but in the meantime, let me try to read this press statement. I know it was done sometime last week by the Joint Security, but that's no news is old, especially when that news continues to when that news is for the season, is for the period. We got to make sure to read this press statement because it addresses what's happening now and what will happen in days to come. The attention of the Joint Security is drawn to rumors circulating on social media and also traditional media outlets by unscrupulous individuals who are maliciously spreading lies about a outbreak of violence in Monrovia with the intent to instill fear ahead of the announcement of the election results by the National Elections Commission. The Joint Security reaffirms its commitment to protect the peace and security of the state and calls on all adherents to go about their normal business while waiting for the National Elections Commission to announce the official results. The Joint Security warns that anyone attempting to undermine or threaten the peace and security of the state will face the full weight of the law. That the part I like, The media is urged to uphold its obligation of factual reporting and eschew the dissemination of fake news, deliberate misinformation, and disinformation, which runs contrary to the ethics. Persons called to promoting and perpetrating acts of violence will be held accountable under the law. That's a press statement from the Joint Security. They came up with the press statement. Let me try to open the lines more now. If my people don't interact with me, I've been talking a lot, for the past 50 minutes. 0776 540 987. That's alternative line. Or better still, 0880 514 096. This first caller. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, Brother Sobo.
Good morning, sir.
Thank you for the show this morning. Thank you for the talking point.
Okay, sir.
You know, Mama Labua is what we have. But before I continue, my name is William B. Jabba. I'm from signing by President speaking from Maserati
Okay.
this morning.
Go ahead.
Thank you for the show. Like I said, Labruans are listening. You know, this country is all we have. I always tell Labruan people, we should know what we really want. It's not about changing and changing. Although we're not in campaign time now until it's officially open. But Liberia has changed dramatically in a positive ways that we need to look at the indicator and work along with it to continue. And with that, Liberia will get better. But continue to plant seeds is wrong. And if continue to plant the seeds, you will continue to replant seeds. And that is not a good thing.
Surely.
So I just want those that are blessed to be listening this morning to rethink that Liberia when it comes to security. Get to know that you are the first security of this country. And in perfect security, the one that you love, you will not want to harm that one.
Surely.
And today, God has blessed us with a president that we love, and that continue to help to keep Liberia peaceful. We should take that very serious. So thank you for the time.
Many thanks. Many thanks. We really appreciate your time this morning. Let's take this other caller. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
Yeah, Saba.
Yes, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, I'm G. Peter. I'm calling for Jiro District, Granco County. The two.
Let's hear from you, from my home country.
Yeah, you know, Saba, you have spoken well. You know, the way you speak it is that how the Liberian understand it. And you will know how we should carry. Isn't it? For example, it's better to make friends before you jam. Therefore, or the Abbott of you know, he did tremendous work for us in Granco County. That, you know, with how we voted him. Isn't it? And now people like Southern County, big division, and, you know, tribalism and all those things that what opposition doing. Is that type of politics? But, you know, you have spoken well. God bless you.
Many thanks.
Thank you.
Many thanks, many thanks. Amen. Let me claim, let me possess that God blesses me this morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Are you getting me?
I'm getting you, sir. Go right ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Jerry, for the discussion this morning. But did that hear you say JFA is equipped to the extent you go there, you can buy drugs from there? That's a lie. I'm one of those who responded also to a JFA in Nigeria in November 11. Recently, I visited my doctor. The medicine prescribed is not at JFA. I had to go to Sherry Pharmacy. So that's a lie. It's not true.
Hello.
Yeah, I'm getting you. Yeah.
How do you feel? You got your. I'm coming now. Listen. The question I want to ask you is not about whether you differ from me or not, but how do you feel? You got your 3-year or 4 or 5 years old son there, or close to you there, or your daughter there, and you're using that sort of words on public radio. How you feel?
I'm not getting you clearly.
Okay, let me leave you. Just go. Let me leave you because you're not going to listen. Let's take this other call on the line quickly. Let me take this other call on the line. Good morning. That's the same thing I was just talking about. You claim to be educated. You get so emotional over common things and use words that you will not want your 2, your 3, your 4, 5-year-old child to use to you or use against you. Then you say you educated, and like somebody said, Liberia's problem is the educated people. And that's true. The people that claim to be so educated, they are the problem. Then you come out, that you using that sort of word. But you asking now, what's your educational level? So I graduated from Harvard, but I did it well. Okay, let me leave it. Let me go. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Saba.
Good morning. Good morning.
Saba, this is Solomon Weah, and I'm calling you from Ralph Highway.
Let's hear from you, Mr. Weah.
Saba, you see, with the Liberian now, we are being very smart. We cannot go back to the olden days. All Liberian was not used to build their own property in their country, but for now, in the modern level, everybody is now building in their own country. So those that not live here, that not have good help for the country, they don't want to threaten back. So we will not sit down there while we get one of the people leaders in this country for us to go and disturb our country. We will not do so. So those that just want to use propaganda for power greed, we we are looking at them. Several politics, we are looking at them. We the Liberians, we know our heart desire. We know what is good for all, and we know what is bad for all.
Surely.
So we will not go back. We work for our left to perform tomorrow, but now for today, because we got to think about our children and our grandchildren tomorrow in the future. That tomorrow, that when they come up, when they are educated, that they will live a better life, and they will say, yeah, our forefathers then they had a plan for all. They had leaders during those days in their own origin. They had leaders that build the country and do everything possible for the country. So thank you this morning very much.
Many thanks. I think this caller. Good morning.
Hello?
Yes, good morning, sir. Good morning.
Yes, good morning. Good morning, sir.
Yes, sir. Let's hear from you.
Good morning. Yeah, my name is Alex. I do call you from Kukuya Territory, District Bank County.
Okay.
I want to know, I just want to ask the question, is the National Election Commission has announced the final result that all of Canada or all of the senators in one county are calling people to their office and giving them flyer where to vote and where not to vote, and calling the health worker from City Doma and that of City hospital to go and campaign against the sitting president of the Republic of Liberia. I want to know.
I don't think NEC has announced the final results. No.
Yeah, that's our honorable Prince Moon. Yesterday, they were yesterday to take the county and had meeting at the party headquarters.
Okay, so go ahead.
Yeah, you also on partisan of the party trying to call them and that they go winning and from the hospital and the clinic to City to my city. One name is Mahawal. 1 hour, she wants the person.
Okay, so this is what can be done. Hello.
Yeah, listen.
Okay, if a group, including you, a group of citizens are not pleased with what he's doing, you can do a communication to the National Elections Commission, and I'm sure the commission will cite him. Yeah.
Yeah, I have some of the brass.
Yeah, fine. That's evidence. That's evidence there. So you can compile all the evidence and take his complaint to NEC. Okay, fine. You can do that. Let's take this other caller. Good morning. Good morning. Yes, good morning, sir.
Yeah, morning, sir. I very appreciate what you are preaching this morning. If we were looking at it, I don't know. Yesterday we voted tribalism, and we know what happened here from 1990. What happened to us here? We should not vote. We should vote beyond tribalism and vote for development.
Surely.
The guy who called you and insulted you, forgive him because they don't have no message.
No, not at all. No message.
They don't have message, so they have to use profanity. They gotta use, I'm sorry, I'm not educated. They gotta use all sort of words.
Hello.
I'm very sorry that he must even use it for you. So you never repeated it. There's no way to what you say. I say, well, thank you. Okay. We are saying it. We born here. We saw Robert Street from 1945 after the World War II. They will have been there.
I know.
A transformation is taking place. People are not seeing it. Military hospital are not being here before for LSF time. The Brave Frontier 4. They're here now. And that we are. It was not in any other government plan. Like just plan he himself make. And the plan for this 100 bedroom to Bapulu, where all the damage is going coming from 1950. He did it. But I want to say God thank you for all what you say. I just spoke to some of my men there in my hometown where the president stopped when you're making the campaign trail. I'm from Ningba. Thank you very much.
Many thanks. We really appreciate your time this morning. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Josh.
Good morning, Mama.
My chairman, the chairperson of the LOFA Muslim Hospital Council. I'm calling for question number 40 this morning.
Let's hear from you.
Yeah, Mr. John, I really appreciate this. Smoke county this morning. You see how much the politics in that way is very much for the fact you said the Asian one voting the market, we say, oh, the government just is the president officially from Lima, we should vote this person. It is
now is our country. So I'm calling all that rest this morning. The teach about policy from 18 years they were working this country and state they want to not be discussed on the table of all people, the young people, the educated. No. So I'm calling all that rest this morning. The CLLR should be safe on the chapel policy. And I want to use the platform this morning to wish Honorable Mohammed a happy birthday this morning. Thank you for the opportunity.
No problem. 0776-540-987. We're still waiting our studio guest. Or better say 0880-514-096. Good morning. Good morning.
My name is Osama. How are you?
I'm okay, sir.
My name is Mama calling for Fella.
Okay. Go ahead.
Yeah, I want to thank you for the program this morning. But the thing where you have to continue keeping calling somebody that called you do something. I don't know. But the educated people there, that's the problem of the idea. But we're going to tell them Mr. Shaba will continue to do a job, no matter you're busy. But that is a profession. You can know for you, Mr. Shaba, when you are speaking. So if somebody think that because you are propagating the message of government, they're going to use affinity on you, that will follow them. Different person will use it on them. So keep calling for that. I want to go for the government. Somebody, you are oppressing people how to vote. Why you should vote this way? Everybody is saying, people say they pay school fee, they pay wire fee, that government money. Fast government upon government. Never use a strategy to do it for it to be the government money or the people money. Now somebody is doing it. My God came my country, people are there willing, are there, guns are there, receiving $150, they're going their way they want to go because people are willing to getting jobs for themselves, they're convincing them, and they agree with it. I'm so sorry. Look at the senator. The senator ran on different ballot and he said, I'm going to join CDC because of what they do and what they play. So you go to my country, you look at that, you can even say the two senators, the association, because they are telling you what all the government is supposed to do, that what this government is doing. So no need will be outside. But as a citizen, you say you want to go to the because somebody wants to get job as individual, they want to face God to my country.
Okay. Medicine. I know. I could not. I've responded. No, I couldn't do that. That guy doesn't know. He's an ageable man. He sought to use profanity, and I'm not going to allow that to happen. I'm not going to say that to him as well. But you see, sometimes that's the same thing about talking about. People get so desperate. And so even if you're saying the truth, they don't see any. They are not educated to the extent to see that or to know that what the guy is saying. I need to change my mindset. I think I need to shrink along with this guy. Rather, he's using profanity on good garlic, Sabo George. But I your business. I'm not going to do the same thing to you. Very shortly, I return. Well, 4 minutes after 9 o'clock in Monrovia, the SMS is live on your radio. I'm not taking additional calls. No, I'm not taking calls anymore. My guest is already here. Now I'm at the family. Could you call? Make your presence felt right here on the SMS. You're listening to the Super Money Show right here on your BC 99.9 and other frequencies across Liberia. Let me welcome my guests already within studio. Senator Joseph JALLAH of LOFA County. Senator, good morning and welcome.
Good morning, sir. Good morning.
How you doing?
Well, thank God for today.
How's the road, first of all? Because I know that's the road you used to return.
Yes, the road is a bit challenging because of rainy season. There's nothing unusual about rainy season. Causing problem. It's a global phenomenon. If you go to the United States, you will see rain wiping out houses. When the dry season comes, you will see California on fire. People lost their houses. So every season has some side effects.
Yeah, surely.
Yes.
Okay. Every season has some side effects. Now, let's hear from you, Senator. First, I know you were in LOFA County, working with Thomas Fowler, the rest of them, to ensure that they get elected and the president of the Republic of Liberia also get elected. How did it go in LOFA County? Just give us a clear picture of what happened in LOFA County.
Well, on a panorama view, the result is in the hands of NEC for confirmation, subject to confirmation. But at least we were able to put 3 representatives in CDC column that they did not have before. So we have 5 seats in LOFA. CDC now has 3 of those 5 seats. District 1, 2, and 3, which is the lower part of the county. The upper part went to the United Party in terms of district, I think district 4 and 5. So, but then the CDC went on independent. But you saw the vote were able to amass was not something that was done in the previous election. And now that the second round is coming, it's going to be easier to double that number because
It's going to be easier?
It will be easier because now it's just 2 candidates. There was a lot of confusion. Some people wanted to vote for George, we had to vote for somebody else, and different kinds of scenarios. Who will be counting from 1 to 18? The native man in the village there it was already, we taught them how to count from 1 to 18.
Okay.
Or from the bottom, you check 3 steps up. But again, that may have had some effect, and then maybe that's why you had a lot of maybe a ballot or spoiled ballot and the rest of it. But a lot of people are grateful people to this administration.
We'll talk about that. First, let's hear from you. 3 of your senators, of the senators for the coalition, or candidates, got elected. What do you attribute that to? Because they got 5 districts or 5 seats and 2 and 2. 1 to Unity Party, 1 to Independent, and you swept 3. What do you attribute that to?
Well, first of all, we'll try to explain the mission to them that this government, we are a big stakeholder in this government. We have a lot of our children in government, in higher places. And so to vote our George would be to send our children back to the academic space. They will have to go teach at the University of Liberia with the knowledge they have. And the rest of it, they will not be able to contribute to the socio-economic development of our country in the way that they would like to at the executive level. Okay, so, and more than that, you can see the development that this government has been trying to put in place. LOFA was the only county that voted against the CDC in 2017. But yet still, he neglected his people, and he has embarked on paving our road with quota, since 1964, when LOFA was established as a county. We haven't had that kind of president. Even Tottenham, who established the county, did not really, start that kind of embargo. I mean, that kind of attempt. So it is this government. So we believe that we are a big stakeholder. Number 3 to that, our own daughter, Joa Howard Taylor, is the vice president from Zaza. So basically the list can go on in terms of
Now,
the reason why we are stakeholder in this government, the list is very long.
Okay. Now, so what does that mean now, Senator, that you were able to snatch 3 of the seats? What does it mean for LOFA County?
Increase our capacity to make decisions at the legislative level, at the House of Representatives, for example. Yes. The Senate, we can lobby our colleagues because it's a House of Elders. Okay. As compared to the House, maybe you need a lot of numbers. So basically, we increase our stake at the House level in decision making. Yeah, that's what it means.
What was the strategy? Maybe you could just divulge that to us. The strategy used in making the LOFA County people to vote 3 of the coalition candidates in the county.
Well, you know that the way the election is going, the way the selections are made, about many of us Lofians that we might be working for somebody behind in the hidden darkness. Because Prince Johnson has told us time in and time out that our son will be president, but he will be a cannon fodder. He will just be there for the sake of being there, and they will do all of the work. So we are concerned about that. It's a conspiracy theory. We don't want to exploit it too much, but it means a lot. That statement is a heavy loaded statement. So we use that also. That's 1. 2. You can see that our political there were election violence in LOFA in the home of our Senate bearer, the Senate bearer of the United Party, JMB, as is commonly called our uncle. Okay, 3% got killed, 2% got killed in Foya. Okay, and seditions at the provocation of the United Party. And those are Kisi people. They are not foreigners. They are Kisi Lofians. And United Party has not clearly condemned that event. So it concerns us. So it makes them to lose votes. They lost the representative seat number 1.
Okay.
This one number 1 is in Foya. They lost that already because of that kind of 2% died and they can't even condemn it. They want to pull the man up humanly so he lost his seat, with good margin to the CDC. So the strategy was basically to tell people that we are in development. Development should be priority over every other thing for now. And 2, our stakeholder, the fact that our daughter is vice president, she could be the next in line as the first female president from LOFA. Okay. It's possible that Joel could become the next president after 6 years. More than that.
And you're planning that? You're planning? You're thinking about that?
We have that in mind, but it's my proposes, God disposes.
Okay.
Yeah, but we have that in mind very strongly. So we don't think we should disrupt the opportunity of somebody because our son on the line, especially so when you have a vice president, from one of the locations that we might be working, that said that we will be working for them. So they should put in everything. That's why you saw the huge vote for Nima.
Okay. Now, the 2 individuals you said, that were killed at the provocation of the Unity Party, you were in LOFA County at the time. I know we spoke with representative who now elected Thomas Fowler. We spoke with him on the line, but I'm sure you were in LOFA County. Do you care to bring us up to speed what really happened and where are you people now with that case?
Well, what I saw happening was that even more than 3-4 months before that event, there have been slogans of hatred from the United Party people, especially the outgoing representative from District number 1. When Samuka could not take his seat, he threatened the peace of the county that they will retreat to Wallagisi Mountain. And the Wallagisi Mountain can be anywhere. You can be in Foya and say you're in Wallagisi Mountain. So there was a vigilante group they trained, according to one of the spokespersons in our group. They were in red t-shirt. They said there were 800 trained men for United Party. So there was someone that was just unleashed to go and carry out, that misbehavior, and the result was for 2% to die. The guy was chased all the way. He went in the house and closed the door. They passed the door on him. Wow! And killed him. That's how and the party has not condemned that event clearly. They just said it in part. They treated it in passing. So it's not important to them. So that's why they have problem in even getting votes from Foya. And we're going to play on that. We're going to work on that to tell the people that these people are going to have death squad. If our uncle wins the election, Prince Johnson, Barney Samaka, and others will have a death squad for our county. They will try to eliminate important people in the night. If we can keep people in the day like that, what's about in the night?
Now, so how are you portraying that case now? I'm sure the police.
Some people were arrested from our information, and then because of the education, adjacency, they brought them to Banga.
Okay.
But again, the United Party people being old hands in government, the jail waited for opportunity to go and issue habeas corpus. They issued habeas corpus because the poor had not been formally charged. But it's ongoing investigation. People died. But they issued habeas corpus, and then they on the theory that the election will be interrupted if the poor were not released. So the judge got concerned about that and released them temporarily, and hoping that the matter will be revisited after the election, and they will be brought back to justice. That's not the end of it anyway.
You sure of that? That's not the end of it?
That's not the end of it. You can ask Gloria Moses Scott. Where is she? She in jail. Justice has to be served, no matter how big you are. Yeah.
Now, you and the rest of the coalition candidates did extremely well in let me put it that way in LOFA County. In fact, the CDC was able to pull the number of votes that it did. Now, what are you thinking now? We'll have two persons, and you have your uncle, in fact, as one of them in the race. What is it that the local county people are saying regarding if there's any runoff?
Well, the runoff should be eminent, and we're asking to put the vote for George Manuel because that is government that has sought the welfare of Lofians. Our uncle was there for 12 years. We never had that kind of opportunity we have now. Our community college was 2 years. It went to 4 years. Okay. Our community college was 2 years at the time was for associate degree program, but now it's a full-fledged degree granting program. Like the Universal Library. You don't have the kind of Monrovia to get 12 years. I had to come to Monrovia as a kid to go to first grade. Now you can stay there and finish high school and go to college. That's one. The road that is going on. That's two. Number three, the hydro project is going on in Lower LOFA for the whole county. Depending light poles. If you go to LOFA now, you find light poles that be planted. We're going to have electricity. You can't beat that kind of development. You can't beat that. And many other things.
But yes, I agree with you that you can beat that type of development. But your critics will saying that you and the rest who were there didn't do sufficiently well, especially with the numbers that the opposition pulled as compared to President Weah in LOFA.
What they have break the LOFA is their stronghold. So we disproved that by taking 3 representative seats. We have disproven that it's no longer.
But on the overall, you didn't disprove that sufficiently.
Well, we have a second chance to prove that better than where it was. We have a second chance.
But why do you think that all of you couldn't have proven that on during the first round? Why?
I've just told you, United Party has break time in and time out that LOFA was their strongest hold. And that's a low county that won in 2017. They didn't win any county beside LOFA. So, and they are going around telling people that LOFA should be like Grand Crew. This is not a football game, LOFA versus Grand Crew. If I have to characterize it, I would say LOFA versus Nimba. Because it's actually Nimba that got stake in this election with Uncle Buckeye. It is Nimba. They want to use it to their advantage. So we have to be careful about that. Okay. So
I ask you a question, Senator. Let me
learn. In 2005, Grand Crew voted for LOFA because our Uncle Baga was on the ticket with Ellen Johnson Salih. They voted for us and the poll won second round in 2012. Okay. So the theory that what Grand Crew is doing, LOFA should do it, is superfluous. It cannot hold water. Because Grand Crew have always voted for whoever is the national leader. They voted Ellen Johnson administration when Joseph Walker was vice president. They asked, they voted, in fact, they denied their own son, George Manawira. They denied him in 2005. They denied him in 2011. So in 2017, before they said, okay, let's vote. So we, as a matter of fact, we all Grand Crew, the Grand Crew trying to come together. We all Grand Crew. Grand Crew voted for ourselves to be president, vice president twice in 12 years, for 12 years. So we owe them. We should be paying that. We should be cashing that check now.
Now, Senator, the question I'll ask you, I know that answer is yet to be told to us. Why didn't you? Because you said that has been the tradition, that has been their belief, conviction that they do have, that the opposition does have, LOFA County as its stronghold. Now, you were able to snatch three of the three of your candidates were able to snatch the wins there in LOFA. Why didn't you reflect that in the vote that came out of LOFA County for the presidency?
Well, we have been reflected about the depriving of winning first round. The United Party also claiming of winning first round. We deprived them of that persuasively, cleverly. Okay, we had deprived them of that. So they are trading with 8 to 7 to 8,000 votes right now. If that was a simple majority, they have lost the election. But we are going for a second round, and the same method we use will improve. Because as I said, there was a lot of confusion. If you candidates, there's a lot. So if people who want to vote may have voted wrongly, and their ballot were discarded. So we are revising our strategy. We are reviewing our strategy, and those portions that need to be revised will be revised. But we're not going to do a tribal vote in LOFA. It's not possible because we got six ethnic groups. I call it ethnic groups, so we call it tribe.
Okay, let me just hold it there. We're getting this information from the National Elections Commission quickly. We have the head of the Strategic Communication Committee, Mr. Samuel Cole. He's from the National Elections Commission. Let's try to speak with him quickly. I hope I got the name right. Good morning, Mr. Cole.
Good morning, Saba. How are you?
I'm okay. Are we hearing about some changes? Is there anything wrong?
No. There's no change and there's nothing wrong. I think there are some people who are giving the wrong information. The chair was clear in her press statement on Saturday that the final results will be announced on the 24th, which is tomorrow. But some media outlets are carrying today.
Yeah, because
I'm trying to clarify.
Yes, it's what we've been hearing that NEC has set Monday for the announcement of the final results.
No. It's not just about hearing; it's about fact. The chair was clear in her press statement.
Okay.
That Tuesday, the 24th, will be the date for the announcement of the final result.
Tuesday at 4:30.
4:30. Here at the headquarters of the National Elections Commission.
So all is set for that now?
All is set by the grace of God. All is set. The announcements will be done tomorrow.
There wouldn't be any change or changes?
In the first place, like I said, we have not made any change. What the chair said is what we are standing by. So it will be tomorrow, 4:30, and all of you media people and stakeholders are invited.
Okay, so let's leave it as that and wait for tomorrow at 4:30. Thank you, Mr. Cole.
You're quite welcome.
Okay. So the National Elections Commission is saying that some media institutions have been reporting that NEC was giving the final results today at 4:30, but they said no, it's tomorrow, Tuesday, 24th. Okay, so you were answering my question again. The question is, you did extremely well in making sure that three of the people won the elections in LOFA County. But for the presidency, what you did, the effort you made, it's not reflected much for the presidency. That's why your critics are saying.
Well, previous election, LOFA gave CDC about 7%. This election will get 27%. So 27% from 7%. So we believe that with the opportunity we're going to be having, it could go, that people could be about twice, if not if possible.
Is there something that you and your colleagues didn't do well? Is there something that you missed out on?
That's why I told you the field was crowded, and because of that, it may have confused some of our people. We carry on voters awareness. We try our best to carry on voters awareness, but again, rather than get two person, so you're going to choose development over evil. You know the party represent evil because 2% die in our county. They have not condemned it. CDC represent the good development that we carry on in the country. So it'll be easy to sell to me. That's what we're going to be doing right now.
Now, so what we are hearing now, Senator Jallah, from the author block is that the fact that your uncle is from LOFA County is going to sustain and in fact increase the number of votes that he managed to pull the first round. How do you react to that?
Well, my reaction to that is that we have 6 ethnic groups in LOFA. We all have different interests. So Union Party has not proven over the years that they're there for everybody. You can see 2 persons from the Kisi tribe were killed where Uncle Boka is from. They have not condemned it. Those people have parents. That's what they lost to represent the seat. So it's going to grow bigger as we go, as we form more people, it will grow bigger. Okay? So we have 6 tribes or 6 ethnic groups. Each of them have something to protect. What will happen to the Madigo ethnic group in LOFA if, for example, Uncle Boka have a vice president in President of Prince Johnson in de facto? Prince Johnson will be a de facto vice president. So what is going to happen to the Madigo ethnic group? They're going to be in fear. You see? So this has the narrative we need to look at. So it's difficult right now to suggest that we should be tribal. We cannot be tribal. You're going to have a whole tribe that will not even accept that. The Mandingo ethnic group will not accept that because they will be the first Prince Johnson will be looking for. Will be asking, what tribe are you? We're not going to have that kind of thing anymore. You see? Besides that, other tribes are there. They got interest. How are positions being distributed fair? You can see that there are minority tribes there. The bigger tribes are there. They want to take the seat all the time. And Uncle Boka has started with them. You can even see how 2 of them lost. Garba Kwatima and Steve Zago lost the election because they could not make decisions. 2 of them were under the canopy of United Party. One was on the ballot officially, one was unofficially United Party. So they lost. So these are not people that will be able to do something better. The people that behind the United Party are taking advantage of our uncle, his age. They want to come in and have a spoil system. Because Prince Johnson had told us clearly that they will do the work. He will just be there signing the papers. We don't want that kind of president. We don't want. For that, we should pay Grand Crew back their debt they will credit them from. Because 2 times, 2005 and 2011, Grand Crew voted for United Party government to keep 12 years. So why don't we pay their son back? After 12 years, they will go back to the drawing table. Especially when we have a stakeholder in there, like our daughter is a vice president. So what I'm trying to tell you here is that the dynamic will be clearer.
Okay.
The picture will be clearer than what it was. And we can assure you that LOFA people are now ungrateful people. And LOFA will no longer be the same. One so say one and so say we're not going to be the same. We're not going to go by that anymore. We are going to go by what is just and right. It's not fair to disrupt anybody tenure because you want your son to go there. Somebody will do it to us. Yeah, we don't want to be that kind of people. Somebody will do it to us tomorrow. So right now, it's Grand Crew time to go for their second time. They are doing well. So not because they're from a small ethnic group, so we should try to disrupt it because of our size. You can imagine if we were to mount our muscle together. That would not be fair. You see, what you got politics about perception. That will hold on for a long time. Therefore, we are asking the Lofians to vote right for George Manuel to complete his second term because he has our daughter as his vice president. We cannot show that she's not important. That's why the vote from other places are showing. But other places are showing that we are for development. We will sustain our development agenda, and then after that, we choose a new course of action. So for just one job, that's what they're running behind the United Party.
Surely. Now, Senator, is it that you and others who were part of the campaign for the coalition, especially for the presidency, is it that you were unable to traditionally play your part with the traditional folks, the elders, the chiefs in the county, for which your opponents still claim to be, still claim to have some influence over LOFA County?
Well, somebody carried that cheap propaganda on our radio in Kolahun that if the CDC wins on a judgment and they will close the power and the standing society. That's the one. And I think that is not true. Because if it were true, I'm graduate of the power society. If it were true, I would have known by now as a lawmaker what is the conspiracy in the making. That's one. Two, I told them that I renovated the zoo headquarters in Vanjama that have been dedicated by us. I have just completed the construction of the Mezzo, the Standing Society Mezzo hut in Kolahun. It cost me over $4,000. I will not be doing another investment if I know that Georgia will be closing them down. So I don't know what not true. They didn't clean water.
How strong are you people with the traditional folks in LOFA, with the chiefs, the elders, and the decision makers in LOFA County?
Work is a matter of communication. I'm a graduate of the Power Society, so they don't see me as an outsider. Anywhere to go, I can go there. Okay.
So do you penetrate the Zoe bush and all of that?
Yes. In fact, my first meeting in Zosa was with the Power and the Standing Society heads.
Okay.
Yeah, to tell them that the president will be, this election is coming, we should try to do so. And that's why I continue my development activities. The traditional activity are used for social economic development. The Power and the Society are institution of socialization, where you go even before going to the modern school. I went there before coming to modern school. So it's an institution of socialization. It develops the mind. It transforms, in America, they call it rite of passage, where you transform young men into productive adults. So the Power of the Society is positive, is there. It's a West African society. You go to Sierra Leone, you'll find it there. So it's not just in Liberia. Even if you go to Guinea, you'll find it there. So it cut across the sub-region. So basically, is that nobody going to intimidate us that or make people scared on our watch that if the CDC win, they will close the Power Society down. Or it's not true. We are there to make sure that it holds and improves. I personally will not stand for it.
The reason I asked the question about all of you who've been part of the campaign in LOFA County about your relationship with the traditional folks, the chiefs, the elders, is because there's this widespread perception that the people of LOFA County they are entrenched with traditional politics. Senator, you from there, how moving forward, how do you intend to discourage the people? Because that's the politics now. The people are trying to preach. Now look, the fact that the Saisnas voted overwhelmingly for President Weah, who hails from there, it means that we should vote for our uncle as well. How do you, demystify, the world or discourage them from thinking in that direction?
Well, let me start with the latter. The Southeasterners are not voting overwhelmingly for George Weah today because they deprived him in 2005. They deprived him in 2011. Okay? They were voting for Ellie and Joe Barker in 2005 and 2011.
Surely.
So it had nothing to do with tradition. It's just a matter of time. Okay? We're not condemning it. We're not trying to discourage people about tradition. But we think that you can keep the two in the balance. You can have an equilibrium between your culture and the need to have development. Because other than that, the community college will not be there. Other than that, we will not even need roads. If we want to go by that. We just be walking our little coffee garden and be going into our villages and coming out. That's not what we want right now. We want a handful of development. We want light. We want water to live long for health and development.
So how are you people planning now to discourage the people's mindset that look, the fact that we believe in tradition and we have an uncle in the race, we all should go for that uncle. How do you discourage them?
I'm not going to discourage them. I'm going to tell them the right thing, that it will not be the best time to try to carry your uncle, because somebody going to steal here away from you. Nimba going to steal here away from you. They're going to run the government. You'll be spectator in your own garden, and that's not what you want. So right now, let's try to complete George Manawaya term, and another election will come. Maybe we'll have another person from LOFA who will be fully in charge. Prince Johnson has told us that they will not allow us. They're helping us. See the vote that came in, they're helping us to get the presidency, but they will not allow us to run the government fully. They will run the government. He has said that in time, in and out. So we cannot take that for granted and say because of tradition or culture. Besides that, we got 6 ethnic groups in LOFA. Nima just got 2. Okay? Gio and Mana. We have 6. We have almost 50% of the tribes in Liberia, in LOFA, on Tekbapodo came into creation. So what I'm trying to tell you is that the Kisi tribe is already crippled by the death of 2 of their children, which the other party has to address squarely and fairly. Okay, that's 1. 2, we have the Bani ethnic group, we have the Mende. All of them will need to have some level of visibility, which the other party did not take into consideration for over 12 years they were there. You have the Mandingos, you have the Loma, you have the Pele. Okay, so there are 6 ethnic groups in LOFA. We have to account for their interests and welfare, and we are balancing that right now. For example, district number 1 is Kisi. District number 2 is Mende. District number 3 is Bani. District number 4 is Loma. District number 5 is Pele. So you see, 5 of the 6 tribes are clearly represented, and the outgoing was Mandingo in district number 4. So it's just a matter of change of hands. So you see, we are there. We are bringing a new dawn. A new day is coming in LOFA. Yeah, and only George Manawaya can guarantee that. So far, so good. So it's not about uncle. It's not about tradition. The tradition will never go away. But we have to strike an equilibrium between culture and development, between culture and survival. For all, we're not really fighting for power, for whatever it is. It's our survivability. Okay? Can you imagine if Prince Johnson is Army Chief of Staff after he retired, or if Prince Johnson is Commanding General?
Is that what you see coming?
Or, because that's what he avowed for all the time.
Okay.
Yes. Can you imagine if Barry Samaka go back as Defense Minister? What will happen? Look at the point that was shot in West Point. That will be a closed book. Nobody talk about it. People were shot in West Point or not Barry Samaka. Okay. Barry Samaka AFM money. Okay, he was convicted by the Supreme Court. All right. Now he's running around telling people to be a Grand Crew versus LOFA. That's not a football match. This is not a football match. He needs to do more than that. So this is my own concern. We have to look at culture versus our survivability as an ethnic groups or as people in LOFA, as well as our survivability as a people. And engaging in sustainable development. Okay, that was not visible under the United Party government.
Okay, your country was excluded from the national development.
Well, not excluded per se, but it was like it was commingled with some other thing that you already got vice president. What do you want? So our dash was to have a vice president. So what we're saying here is, let us try and treat other people fairly. Politics is about fairness. If we were to disrupt George Weah's second term, it will not be fair. So if tomorrow one of our sons become president, they will not allow him to go second term.
Okay.
And we don't see what George Weah had done wrong not to warrant a second term. He all course. In spite of global phenomenon, the COVID, he still kept the peace and stability of our country. We cherish that. I want to wake up in the morning and drive freely to work and go to LOFA and come back. But under this arrangement, where Prince Johnson will be in a bike, where Brother Samaka will be in the bike, we might have a death squad. Yeah, that's my fear.
That's my fear. You're listening to the Super Money Show, rated on the OBC 99.9 and other frequencies across Liberia. This is the second and final lap of the program on this day, on today. Our guest here is Senator Joseph JALLAH. It's from LOFA County, and of course, he's making its contribution felt here on the program. I know I'm seeing the lines blinking. I will go to the lines later on. But let me ask you now, Senator, you've been hearing about some of these what people call strategies, raising fake alarms, false alarms that there's intention to rake and all of that, and also spreading misinformation and disinformation about rumors of war and all of that. The joint security had to come up with a very strong press statement, which I read. The international bodies as well, the ECOWAS Commission, had to come to tell Liberians to desist, and if there's any acts of violence, all the stakeholders will be held accountable. Are you then following?
I'm following, but the people brought the war drum like they say United Party.
United Party?
They started talking about war before we went to the polls. So United Party is a problem in this election, but we can't exclude them. Okay? They are carrying rumors of fear about death, about everything, about rigging election. They are carrying all the misinformation. Yeah, that's what happened in LOFA when two people got killed. It is a United Party that doing all of this. There's nobody else. It's not the CDC. Check the record. There's a United Party that is causing, that bringing about beating war drum. I don't know where they come from with this. So this is why the government is just being careful. And I have a serious reservation about the arrest of the deputy director of NSA. Simply because his institution, probably carry on something on the radio. Okay? I have a serious problem with it. And I just hope that they have corrected it properly. And by apologizing to the guy that was arrested. He arrested the deputy director of the NSA simply because his son, let me just say that was so simplistically, his son called somebody, like I'm on the radio station, talking about LOFA. So you will go arrest my parents? You can't do that. Okay? And I hope that they have corrected it and all will be okay.
Okay.
So basically, that's why. So the whole thing about rumor and fear of war, this and that, is the United Party.
United Party. Okay.
It is a United Party in their labs. They have to do better than that.
Okay. Now, before I open the lines, let me go into your personal file now. Since you became senator, there were a couple of promises you made to your people in trying to better their lives. What have you done so far?
I'm on course. I've not even spent a year. I'm on course. In my first 6 months, I renovated the women's old house in Vonjama. It's dedicated. I have constructed a new male standing house in Kolaho. I was able to go to the United States on a peace mission. And while on the street to North University of North Dakota, I was able to get an insurance from the university that they will come to Africa. I invited them to Liberia. They will come here next year, and they agreed to work with us with the community college in Vonjama.
Okay.
And in the area of nursing and teaching education, because that's their strength. They have very good program in that area at the University of North Dakota. They will be working with us to establish and to improve what we have here at the community college.
Okay.
Yeah. So I've also been able to call on the government to ask people to see my civil servant, the commissioners, the primary chiefs, their salaries like $100 to ask them to that. I will follow those things through. So I'm not a clapping senator or sitting down there. I'm one senator that is very active and forceful. Yes.
Do you still go to the courtroom?
I intend to do that because basically there have been a lot of disruption with basically election, and some of the election cases are coming up. Maybe I'm gonna give it a try.
You wear your black gown to go and plead here.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's try to open the lines briefly, quickly. 077-654-0987 is an alternative line, or 0880514-096. That's the number to call, and you are live. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Saba. How are you?
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Mr. Saba. How are you?
Yes, sir. Your name, where you calling from?
My name is Momo calling for Saba.
Let's hear from you, Momo.
Yeah, I want to say hi to my uncle, the senator from LOFA country.
All of you poor uncle.
He spoke well. Thank you for remembering the country people, the zone and the male zone and the women's zone. Thank you very much. One thing I see the senator is doing, I want to ask him to keep on doing. Every time you call him, say, I'm going to LOFA. I'm on my way to LOFA. When the senator continued that, I know that he will be a good leader, I'm saying. And thank you for the people that beating the world just for you meaning that that's not no secret. The military party is because of this will happen, this will happen, this not happen. While they were there and we were not saying CDC, we were not saying Mr. Ambassador, we were not saying this will happen. He was continuing to say peace of Liberia. So let the big person about peace. Thank you very much. I don't want to take the time. Okay, how are you? Thank you.
Many thanks. So we'll take this call on again, 0776. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Hello? Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, sir. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Yes, sir. Let's hear from you.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, with the level of discussion that be elevated when it comes to the election result based on sectionalism or tribal voting, I'm afraid that tomorrow, after the entire election, that will also hamper the issue of development in some quarters, because the way people try to elevate this kind of discussion is not to the level it's supposed to be as a nation. And the next thing I got to say to the senator is that you supporting President Weah, what can you say, excluding that of making emphasis on LOFA, what can you say to the entire country in terms of providing justification why President Weah should be re-elected, instead of making more emphasis, which is also right, but I mean, more emphasis, it seems also elevating the tribal politics. Thank you.
Okay. He's taking notes. He'll respond to that. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
Hello.
Yes, good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Yes, good morning. You are live.
Good morning.
You are live. Go right ahead.
Good morning.
Yes, sir.
How you doing?
I'm okay.
Good morning.
Yeah, it seems this caller is not getting us. Let me take this other caller. Good morning. Good morning. Hello? Hello?
Good morning, Jala. Good morning, Sabo.
Yes, good morning, sir.
Yeah, my name is Liva Sandy. I'm calling from Sino the Beat is Abuja.
Let's hear from you from Sano County.
Hello.
Yes, go right ahead.
Yeah, thank you for your topic this moment. I want to tell the senator thank you for his deliberation. He has said it all. If they put kind of power, we are the best one in the country, as by Senator Queen Johnson. Thank you.
Okay, let's take this other caller. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning, Saba.
Yes, ma'am. Good morning.
Good morning to the honorable senator.
Good morning.
JJ.
Yeah.
This is Rose Vega calling from Valencia.
Okay.
Thank you so much, honorable senator. You have to redouble your effort because LOFA you pay well is LOFA. Don't know what you want, that's right. You pay well is LOFA. Senator China. Because we did well because we have to go the government more than that person. We need to work hard. What are you telling about right here? What are you telling about? That will do well. I trust you. I believe in you. I know what you can do. You fought for your position and you are attacking it. So I will work hard because I was confident I've been doing well. That will carry you for the second time. They complete your job. I I beg you. See to the I for the fact that I just sorry my man to have come and you are different. Thank you. Bye.
Many thanks. Let's take this caller. Good morning. Good morning. Hello. Good morning. Okay.
Hello?
Yes, hello.
Good morning, Summer George.
Okay, let's take this caller quickly. Good morning.
Good morning, Summer George.
Yes, good morning.
And good morning to the senator in stereo. So let me applaud you for hosting a senator, and let me applaud the good people of LOFA County for standing by President Weah. We know what Senator Jallah and Allah can do. This country is not about trust. It is not about religion. It is about the betterment of Liberia. So for us, we believe since that this senator was elected, the people of LOFA County are saying yes to the President Weah and the citizen-led government leadership. We know that it will stand by us. It is the betterment of country. Some of us during the election, every time we were lucky to go and fast prayer, and we saw developmental initiatives that President Weah undertaking. Thank you very much, and God bless Mama Liberia.
Many thanks. Let's take this caller. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, Sabot, and good morning to the countryman in Liberia.
Good morning, sir.
My name is Abraham Political Mojo Setu, and I call from the most talk about Bible Avenue this morning.
Okay.
Let me appreciate Senator Jallah from LOFA County, in Tomofara, and all those who hail from LOFA County were appointed by the president. I think they did extremely well. Not forgettable, Honorable Jesse Kubwe from the Minister of Finance, he did extremely well in showing that President George Manawe ought to accumulate more votes from LOFA County, judging from the fact that we have 3 non-legal elected from LOFA County. That show that they will stand by all. They are not ungrateful people. So I hope and pray that all of counties would join them who did not vote for or would join them in showing that President George Manawe second round victory, re-election victory, and be so successful. Thank you for the opportunity to get a positive mindset. We can make Mama for a better place.
Many thanks. 0776 540 987. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Yes, go right ahead.
Good morning, Mr. Senator.
Good morning.
Thank you very much for electing the people in the government of Liberia. Information. Peace is what we need. Nobody is not but one person, nobody is but every Liberian. If our Liberian men are going to marry local woman, our child will go to local country. If any environment, our child will go to work in my country. So when the people getting on the air to show like a rhetoric, in the we government is sharing power. We government is sharing power. Peace is what we need.
Okay, you made your point already. Let's take this other caller. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Josh.
Good morning, sir.
William Yadiwuru, defender, and let me say good morning to the senator.
Let's hear from you.
I said it all, Honorable Josh. We all know, come on, our forces to see that we can tell people that the President we have for the second time. And he said something that I'm happy about. Like he said, so he's been voting for nearly 5 to 12 years. So now they were voting for the one of their kind, no. But today, and we are going to say in this country, it will be okay for everyone of us. So let's be there. We can put here on one person. We are okay for the sales here. Thank you, everyone.
Many thanks. He made your point already. Let's take this caller. This caller is on the line. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Sabo.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah. Good morning also to Honorable Jallah in Stephen from LOFA County.
Good morning.
I'm a call from a conference room this morning. Let me Jallah and the entire team of LOFA County, here, Honorable Thomas Fala from Foyat, and all of our representatives who were elected as well. Mr. Jallah, thank you for the kind of politics that you people are pushing towards the coalition democratic change success in that of LOFA County. And I think this is the kind of political engagement we also will be engaging our people in telling our people is about time that they choose evil no way that tradition will be prioritized over development. I think that is the kind of politics that we should be pushing. And I pray that this come around, there will be a lot of awareness made by you people in terms of teaching our own people how to vote, by telling them that the bad people only 2%, and the man who got the woman right beside him, because the Bible says he that found away found a good thing. So for the fact that the person have found a female, you know our mothers are females, and female always have the mind to make this happen. Without the female in the home, there can be no successful home. So because person we have a strong and energetic woman like Joa Howard Taylor beside him, this will always happen for our country.
Okay.
And this personality should lead comes 2023.
Many thanks. You made your point already. Let's take this last caller. Good morning.
Good morning, someone.
Good morning.
Thank you. I remain the political officer of the National Response and Defense Team. I'm a pro-petitioner and I Peter Macaulay, 7,000 boy and I joined from District 9, Monserrado County. So let me say this. You see, Liberian, we want to see our country to be compared to some African country when it comes to development. And some of us will start voting in elections in 2005. When I did my observation of past leader of our country, I did not see tangible to be compared to President Weah regime. Look, the people of LOFA did not make any mistake to give President Weah 27% of the vote in LOFA County. The thing is that you see development. Then you want to go for Jolobo? Then Jolobo? Pray Johnson who said that they will make sure they will run the activity of their government, quote unquote, in 2029, because not 2023, that they will use Ome Buaka, they will be setting be signing paper. And what the councillor just said, the senator just said that they will be wanting people. If you forget about the war, doing nothing, we're putting money behind the Mabimbo.
Okay, let's leave that. We can continue with that. I think that's the last caller. So let's hear from you quickly your response to some of those concerns and then your parting comment.
Okay, let me thank the callers in magnanimous in victory.
Let me just squeeze this caller in. This person said he's calling from LOFA County. Good morning.
Good morning, Sabah. Good morning.
Yes, good morning, sir.
Yes, I will not cut my name because for security reason. To your point, we are civil service in this country. We are getting to election for the second round. I'm asking the Honorable Senator in the studio to please be reason and talk to our president. Please pay us before the second round.
Okay, all right. I think your point is already made. The senator heard it already. Just go right ahead.
Okay, let me start with the last caller. Even if we intervene today and tomorrow the president send an order down, you will not get paid before the 7th of November or thereabout. It's possible someone put might get paid, but everybody will not be paid at that time. I'm sure the more than 10 civil servants are on that line. And it's regrettable that I just spoke about the civil servant at the prelude of my discussion.
is truly in the nose.
Okay, so this is just how we go home on this presentation of the Super Money Show.
Let's celebrate.
Thanks to my indefatigable, the man that is sitting for Melvin Stewart, Taka Golugio. Thanks also to that for Farmer, she's been behind the camera. Saba George is money. There's no second chance for first impression. You know, every time you've given the opportunity, make sure create an impression so that when you leave the scene, a legacy will be felt and seen. Until then,